Welcome back. Welcome back to the Terra Sentia series. We just took a little bit of a break. We're back. And so we are back because where we left off was that Joy within Sorrow answered a riddle correctly.
Yes.
And while the answer was given to you by a comrade, what you did do is completely and 100% empathize with Zolk, the all-knowing.
Yeah, that was really good.
And just kind of nailed that out of the park. I was waiting to be like, okay, make this kind of a roll. And I was like, no, I'm crying right now. So you got it. That's just the way it goes. So you were...
That freaked out.
You were granted the boon of true sight. So that is a very, very straightforward boon. You have true sight out to a range of 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And so for any of our viewers that don't know what true sight is, it's basically that you can see through all illusions and essentially anything that would trick your mind. It doesn't mean that you can see in darkness, although you're a dwarf. So
I do have dark vision.
You can see in darkness, and that's a thing.
So you have true sight, dark vision, 30 feet.
Oh yeah. So it's been a running theme through all of my D&D games for all of my life that I'm almost always the only character who doesn't have dark vision. So I'm always the only asshole carrying a torch. Finally have dark vision. Suck it.
Vision, right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Asshole with torch.
And the other boon that you gain,
Oh, two, okay.
and this is a boon that you must spend an inspiration on, is that you may cast divination as per the spell.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll have to spend an inspiration point to do this, but otherwise you can absolutely do that.
Bill, can I ask a question?
I'm ready.
Can we try to get the same boon as somebody else? Is that a thing that is doable?
You all have not tried yet.
Do you want to see if you can get true sight? Do you care?
I mean, I don't think true sight's going to help me though.
That's true. I wonder if true sight would help time stay clear.
I doubt it.
Probably make it worse.
Because then, like,
They'd just be looking around like this.
Seeing double, like,
Yeah, and then
true sight would add another layer,
like a whole other layer.
How did that happen again?
I don't want true sight. I just want to see if it works. But like, maybe if we go to another cave, we can try.
Timeness.
I don't want to take theirs away though.
I think it's her modality that she decided to study, meaning divination, inside of the precepts of wizardry and the study of wizardry, mixed with drugs.
Yeah, definitely.
Lots of psilocybin.
Of drugs.
Yeah, and that sort of like...
And that like has connected them to the Michael like network in different places in time.
Right.
Yeah. Like eating acid every day.
Ooh.
Every time. This is every time. So... Are all of you going to a different cave?
Yeah.
All right.
Do you want to go to a different cave?
Sure.
Take a vote. Caves?
I'm done.
I might clothes
All right, one of us
ethereal
might
too.
die, and we also have a time limit.
Yeah, one more time.
Do I have clothes? Like, did I get ethereal clothes too?
Oh, you're ethereal
Sure,
naked.
why not?
Well, I don't know.
Skin sweater.
Look, this will be important for me when I come back to not being ethereal.
Yes.
And your body.
Someone roll a d6 for me. Tell me what you get.
Oh, you do it.
6.
All right.
Ooh.
So,
Hello, beast.
So
555.
the cave that you come upon looks like any of the other caves. And when you enter it, that wind blows forth and into your mind. And inside your mind, you hear this. It brings back the lost as though never gone. Shines laughter and tears with light long since shone. A moment to make, a lifetime to shed. Valued then, but lost when you're dead. What is it?
Memory.
How quickly we answer. Especially when one is confident. And
And the
We're with a couple crows called Thought and Memory.
And now I realize that you were fated to answer this. So let me ask you this.
We don't know who he is, though. Are we going to reason with him?
Let me ask you
Can't
this.
hear me talking.
I know. I'm just metagaming.
roll for metagame.
Roll for metagame.
That's
D12, I think.
That's actually a
That's one
D15.
D- D12.
I ask you to give me a story worthy of all 13 chiefs' chronicles. And I wish for it to be perfect. Go.
So Ferg tells the entire saga of how Odin lost his eye and brought back runes from the World Tree.
How does that have to do with the 13 chiefs of the orcs?
Oh, it has to be about the 13 chiefs of the... Okay.
That's what you
Oh.
referenced.
I thought you just said worthy of.
However, I would say that if anybody has a chance of doing this,
Yeah.
it would be you. So here's what I'll say. So obviously, you know, I doubt that you could sort of like channel like a full story of all 13 chiefs, especially when some of which are not known to you as the player.
Yeah.
So what I will say is that what you could do is you could make a performance check.
Okay.
But the performance check is based off of intelligence in your case because of all the reading and studying that you've done. And in this particular case, I'm not going to say why, but it's also dully as relevant.
Can I
basically
Can I give them like advantage
why?
on it? Essentially, like I see them starting to perform, and when I notice the gaps, like I could like help with like a call and response type thing, like an oral history, like.
So the reason why I'm going to say no
Damn.
is because
Sorry.
because their check is based off of intelligence and yours would be based off of charisma. There's a very specific reason why I'm allowing Ferg to base it off of intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
That's okay.
That said, you also have the you also have the ability to use your inspiration if you haven't used it already.
Yeah, we're gonna do.
Well,
that.
remember, roll first, and then if it's
then decide.
yeah, exactly.
Big money, no whammies. Talking about the first battle with the humans and telling it really fucking well.
Ooh.
16.
Would
It
you
was a
like
victory.
to use your inspiration?
I don't know. What do y'all think?
What's your level 2 boon right now?
I'm gonna stick with 16.
Okay.
Just wondering if activating it would help you.
And
No, it wouldn't.
so you craft a story worth telling. Maybe it wasn't the best story,
I mean, Frig's a little.
but what was
rusty
interesting for
storytelling.
this particular orc chieftain, whom you may or may not know as the great chronicler Fezwin,
That's a great name.
Yes.
he requires accuracy inside of information. And it doesn't necessarily have to be entertaining. It's required that you're accurate.
yeah.
And you were accurate.
Ferg is definitely accurate with that.
With a 16, Ferg hit all of the notes, all of the high points. And so you are very much infused with these boons. Now, I have to ask you a question. Can Ferg cast any spells?
I mean, now we can cast Blight.
Oh,
because
interesting.
Of that boon.
Okay, cool.
The first boon.
So, do you recall? Is Ferg more attracted to? Actually, you know what? One is not going to be relevant to you because you're not a spellcaster. So I will give you the other one. The boon that you gain is the boon of quick casting, which means that once per day, you may cast a spell as a bonus action.
Ooh.
And the only spell that you have to cast is Blight.
Yeah.
So that means that Blight is now, you may, as a once per day, you can cast it as
that is
a bonus action.
Brutal bonus action.
It's a brutal bonus
That's
action.
a brutal bonus action.
Super brutal.
The other one, which is the level 2 ability that does not require inspiration, one of the rare ones, is that your intelligence becomes 23.
Oh, shit.
Boy.
That is fucked up.
Well, like...
All right,
Just
I'm
like-
gonna say that Time is gonna try to get this one too, right? Do you guys actually want to try that, or do you feel like it's gonna fuck everything up? I don't want to solve the time.
You can totally try. I'm going to keep it short.
Doesn't work.
The spirit just doesn't come out. The spirit does not manifest. It doesn't
Okay.
show itself.
Okay.
Wait, can this 23 ever be lost?
That is a fantastic question of which I will not answer.
Sweet. Oh my god, y'all, this is really exciting.
Your brain just exploded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
You just did a bunch
What
of
is that
Adderall,
plus
now you're
on
reading
the
through a textbook as
23?
fast as you can.
So 20 is a plus 5. So 22 is a plus 6, and then
23 would be plus 6.
6 as well.
Yeah.
So plus 6.
Holy shit, y'all, I know all of the history and all of the arcana.
Does it just go up to 23 regardless, or does it go up to 23 plus whatever pluses Ferg has?
No, just 23.
Okay.
Oh, it's not increased by 23?
No, not
Plus
increased
23.
5. Rocks are hard, water's wet, and Ferg's intelligence is 23.
If it went up by 23, that would put us at 37.
Yeah, so we're not.
Oh my
That would be
God.
awesome, though.
That's god level intelligence.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Ferg is
omniscience.
godlike, and especially in the South.
In many other
It would be one of those things where it's like, your intelligence is 37. You are infused with so much knowledge, you die.
Yeah.
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 I would have to come up and talk you down.
But everyone would have to talk me down a lot all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It would get real old.
Well, you know.
Want to keep going? Want to get out of here?
I just want to say that I'm surprised that I got that riddle so quickly.
That was good. I
was good.
hadn't even really registered all the words yet. I was just so focused on writing it down, and then you just said the answer, and I was like, yeah, it's the fucking answer.
My brain was like, a book?
Yeah. I mean, just immediately correct. Yeah, nice work.
I have a plus 8 to arcana.
Jesus.
Do you move on?
Yeah.
Someone roll a d6 for me.
3.
Tres.
All right.
Should we be getting out of here now?
Time sort of cacaws and
Cacaws warily.
and attempts to just like moving forward.
I feel like you guys should have, I don't know, all of us should get as many boons as possible.
Yeah. Let's just do it fast. I'm super intelligent.
Kind of worried one of us is
All right. Wait, so now we are walking around with a super intelligent boar.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're speaking now?
We can't communicate with y'all to help you solve the riddle.
Oh, ow.
So
You can write it down.
when you walk into this cave,
Yeah.
the wind hits all of you, except for Joy, and you hear, "What tastes better than it smells?"
Do I hear this too?
No,
Okay.
it's just you're almost looking
Guys,
around.
what's going on?
To
Do you... Did
We can't hear or talk to you.
I know, but I'm trying my best.
That's a full riddle?
Yeah.
I feel like I fucking know this one.
We failed it last time.
Yeah.
You failed this one?
I failed it.
I helped Fisher fail it.
So the question is,
failed by my own
I want you to think about this. It's a little hard because, Will's not here, but who is going to be answering this? Because it's going to be important.
Okay, well, what's the guy look like? What's the orc?
Oh, do you tear apart the thing?
They're already torn apart. I did it when I was
good question.
here.
Yeah, so...
Oh, yeah, so you guys should see that. You guys should see an already bear statue and walls coming up.
Yeah, you see a bear statue.
How did you tear it apart if you're ethereal?
Oh, yeah.
I thought you just looked through the vines.
I may have done that.
I mean, regardless, we'll rip it apart.
Yeah.
Well, rip them down.
Rip it apart.
Suddenly the cave is rubble.
The statue befits a accomplished culinary expert. You see sashes on his person filled with these little vials and essentially I would like while you're looking at this, kind of a heavier set orc, not quite as heavy as the fisher hunter, but
He a chunky boy.
used to eating for sure. And I would like all of you, if you'd like to make history checks. And I think that you did before and not get it.
Can I make it an advantage? Because I'm a cooking expert.
Yes, you can. Oh my god. I was like, why? But then you said
I have a reason, Billiam.
Yeah, you do.
Oh.
Ooh.
What kind of check is this?
It doesn't matter. He's got a 28.
Oh, fuck. And I feel like we should shotgun a beer or something for that shit.
Yeah.
Never roll this well.
You know what's interesting about this is that you only know who this orc chief is, because Keth mentioned him at a certain point, but then what did you get?
I didn't even look after you said that. I think I got a 15 or something.
Yeah.
Did you look at it?
Actually, you at the very least you know this orc's name. Dlog the Savory.
Dlog. Yeah, that's Russian.
The Savory. Ooh.
Yeah. And
Hello.
But however, you pretty much have all of the rest of the information.
Dlog.
Dlog the Savory was the chief of the Chanterelle tribe, and was known for a great many things, but his true passion was his culinary skills, having a palate that defied poetic description. He was one of the chiefs known not for his aggressive behavior, and as a result is known as one of the truest of sacrifices during the First Act of Penance. Said in another way, it's known that this orc chief was a true sacrifice because he did not
live by fighting.
Well, he was not ready to throw away the orcs just for honor. And that you know for absolute certainty inside of your reading and ritual, especially now infused with a whip snap memory.
Yeah, so with the +6 intelligence, can we rope chat into solving the
as long as actually I've been doing that anyways because I think it's just fun. If chat wants to throw out answers, fuck yeah. I don't care.
I mean, I feel like Ferg would also be able to scratch out the answer with a cloven foot. Do I know the answer?
I don't know, do you?
Fuck. No, I don't know the answer. What's the answer, y'all?
I don't know. My brain's victory?
You know, just from what I said about this particular chief, that is not the answer.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense for the chief, but
What
I'm
tastes better than it smells, right?
Correct.
I will allow insight
Revenge?
checks. I will allow insight checks. Feel free.
Who's answering this?
Nobody's decided yet.
I got a 10.
I got a 4.
Yeah, that's a great question. Who's answering this? I'm rolling for time as well. Time did not get a great roll.
What's time's insight though? What is their wisdom?
Is there anything on the walls?
It's not enough that would make it roll good.
Is there anything different on the walls, Bill?
Yeah. So on the walls, as you sort of tear off a lot of the vines, there are many symbols that denote different types of flavor. So, for example, like there are symbols within Orcish language that denote different types of we're talking salty, we're talking sweet, we're talking savory, we're talking tart, we're talking bitter, we're talking umami. We're talking what's that? Yeah, umami. Yeah, you're totally right. We're talking maybe a few others that maybe exist within the Orcish palette that other cultures don't have languages for. Ultimately, that's what you're seeing are sort of homage, an homage to the varied the varied cornucopia of experiences within one's palette.
Chat wants to hear the riddle one more time.
Okay, the chat. So it's really short. What tastes better than it smells?
I kind of want to answer this one because what if it's a plus to cooking skills?
I vote for that.
I know that's not logically what it's going to be, but I want to roll for pie.
You want to roll
For pie?
It's an 18. I think I get some.
That is a good pie.
Wait, what?
Wait.
I rolled for pie and got an 18, Bill.
Can I see your one real quick?
I don't understand what you just said to me. Meaning I don't comprehend it very well.
I'm just being weird.
I know, which is why I don't comprehend it.
Roll for pie.
Hey, nice joke.
3 and 14.
I'm engaging in the bitter palette right now, which is Fernet and LaCroix Coke, which is super bougie. I get it, but really delicious.
Good luck, eat pie.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what Evie said?
No, that's what Toby said.
Oh, hilarious.
Evie's answer was
Marie
cheese.
Antoinette, that shit. Cheese.
So, wasn't that your guess before?
that idea crossed my mind.
I definitely brought up cheese, and
Yeah.
we were all like, no. So these have all been, for the most part, concept. Well, I guess no, they haven't. Been half and half things are concepts.
Well, if the question sounds conceptual, it's physical. If the question sounds physical, it's conceptual.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
pretty much what it's been so far.
Yeah.
That's kind of how riddles work.
Kind of. What tastes better than it smells?
I feel like this is a concept.
Yeah.
Poison?
Cyanide smells like almonds.
I will give you the slightest hint and say that, quite frankly, it's both.
It's a tangible thing and an idea.
It's definitely tangible.
Tangible concept.
And an idea.
Mm-hmm. It's tangible in the right situation.
Yeah.
Evie's next answer is revenge, which...
We did say that. But that's not tangible.
Revenge?
I guess it's tangible.
That's totally tangible.
Yeah.
It's a dish best served cold.
So it's chocolate.
But does it taste better than it smells? Why would it smell bad?
I will say again that it does not match the orc chief.
Yeah.
There's just a if this chief is not known for his aggressive behavior, and as a result, is known for one of the truest of sacrifices during the First Act of Penance.
Mm-hmm.
So I will give you that. I'm just going to lay that out there.
Yeah.
It would be a good guess if the riddle was sort of like existed on its own, but it's attached to this personality.
Yeah, and I was thinking more like something more akin to sacrifice.
Yeah, or like regret. Or
Does regret taste good at all? I would say that definitely smells better.
Seem regretful?
What's that?
I mean,
Ghost seem
you
regretful,
swallow your
or does it
regret
seem content? Pride.
The ghost's not out yet, right?
because you swallow your pride.
Yeah.
Content would be a good way to describe his sort of demeanor.
Okay.
Yeah, like really, actually just satisfied. Like there's certain satisfaction. Satiated. Yeah.
Pride. Pride.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Noah is gonna die now. He was after 2. Never mind.
Perhaps you'll be able to taste victory in another cave.
Damn it.
One of the marks up on the walls for.
So
a
now
recipe
none of
for,
us can see, or maybe now I
burrito lingua.
can't see.
What's that?
Well,
Well, now nobody can solve it, so.
I know, but
I
we'll
answered
discuss it
and you
later.
answered. So if you two went in, then you could try to answer it. Maybe, I don't know. Unless that you got all told the riddle, so it doesn't count. I won't come back to you.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they'll just give us the answer.
Oh, what was it?
What did I give you?
You said taste victory.
Uh-huh.
And
Was it victory?
Victory tends to be bittersweet.
Oh, but that's not the answer.
I was gonna say that was my first guess. Bill was like, "That's not a cake for this guy."
Y'all are,
smells good.
y'all are
Victory smells
actually
like
going
lavender.
crazy with this, so I'm going to give you the answer right now.
Yeah.
Your tongue. It tastes better than it smells.
That's such a fucking dad joke.
I fucking hate that, Bill. I hate that so
I hate
much.
it that you didn't get it. Because it is a dad
hate
joke.
that
High five to that.
I am kind of mad about that.
I have
I'm a
had
little
to.
salty.
I have had
I
to
feel-
not tell you guys that for a month. I was like, it's a tongue. It's a what? Revenge.
I think you all are
Victory.
only mad at that because it makes perfect sense.
It doesn't though.
It does. How does it make not perfect sense?
I wanna ask you a
wording is
question,
intentionally
Bill. How is
obtuse.
a tongue intangible?
The experience that you get is
Experience of licking
completely-
something.
You've got people who love broccoli. You've got people who think that it tastes
wrong.
like poison. It is intangible because of the experience.
Okay, I
That's
guess,
why.
but like the answer was a tangible object, which was a tongue, and
Yes.
that totally threw me off. I was like, it's not a thing. It's got to be a thing and not a thing. But a tongue cannot be not a thing. It's just a thing. You know what I mean? The concept is intangible. Never mind. I love you.
I love you too.
Do we move on or do we leave? And do we rage quit or do we find another?
Rage quit.
I'd like
Or
to
find another.
unplug and plug back in the fucking.
I've tried turning it off and on again.
Oh my god.
No. Do you want to try? I'm gonna take a vote. Y'all want to try another cave?
Perhaps you should taste victory some.
No, wait.
May I help you?
You go back.
What tastes better than it smells?
What tastes better than it smells?
You go back in the cave. You wait for a second. You just hear, boom.
Yeah. Does not
Back on.
Does not compute.
Yeah, let's
Fuck it, let's just go
Go
to
for
one more.
another one.
Yeah. Roll a d6 this time, Fisher. Or you can use one from the
Eeny,
thing
meeny,
if you want.
that one. Boom.
So
One.
Una, dos,
You got one?
Quattro. Yeah.
Okay. So
Dos, quattro. Hit it.
interesting. I actually don't remember if this was asked. So if you guys remember the
I've been writing down the riddle.
Tell us the answer real quick. We'll see if we.
yeah, that's adorable. So you walk into this cave and
Oh, and Ev
the
wants to know
wind.
what victory smells like.
I mean, it depends on the person.
I think it smells like lavender and chocolate.
Your mom's chest hair.
I think it smells like
Sorry, Mom.
really.
Hope we can get sushi soon.
I am very stoned, viewers.
I think it smells.
That is a quote from Mean Girls.
I think it smells like Fernet and Coke, and that's even more adorable.
I think it smells like our wonderful sponsor, We can add that in post, right?
Yeah, we can add that.
Yeah,
exactly.
We're not live streaming at all.
The wind hits you, goes straight in your brain, and
Like
you
wrecking
hear,
balls.
I am the breath of relief and depression. What am I? I am the breath of relief and
We may have had this one
depression.
before, but I also might just know it.
What am I?
It's a freaking sigh, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think time should answer this. Well, hang on.
I think we
Hang
may
on,
have
wait.
had this.
We uncover the statue.
okay, you uncover the statue.
I feel like we should see what
wait,
kind of orc it is before we decide who answers.
Does anyone have any sort of like blessings or abilities that are written down that they sort of like, oh yeah, I gained that, but you don't remember where it was gained?
No, and I don't
do you
remember
mean?
hearing this one. So.
I don't know where my Eldritch one came from, but I don't think it was this one because my brittle was much longer. And me and Shanna figured that one out together.
No, the time has 2, right? This was their first one.
Well, time has 2 from the same.
Oh, I thought they had 2 from 2 different ones.
No.
No.
Oh.
So time has a level 2 from 1.
But not the level 1. No,
What's-
time got the level 1.
What's the level 2 from 1?
I'm trying to find it.
Because this may have been this.
Was
Hey,
time the one who
viewers, have
played
we done
chess?
this one before?
Yeah, time played chess.
It was with the 14th guy.
Yeah.
Time played chess and time did another one. I honestly don't think we had this one left.
No, we haven't gotten this one before.
Okay. So I stand my ground. I am the breath of relief and depression. What am I?
So what's under the vines on the statue?
Oh, thank you.
Good recovery.
Sorry, I just watched Connor be adorable.
All the time, you mean?
AKA you watched the live stream?
You could use that argument, but honestly, there are times that are more adorable than others.
That's
true.
fair, but I
It's
get
like-
to sit across from them.
That's
right.
Totally true.
I know. I always have like a microphone and a camera on the way. So I peer around.
Okay.
I do the whole
So you see,
duck back into my corner.
you see, kind of a interesting statue of an orc, obviously filled with so much pride. The stance that they're taking is just sort of barrel-chested, head held high. Their belt is adorned with a multitude of human heads.
Okay, so you should probably answer this one.
On their back are 2 heavy scimitar blades.
Is this one in mid yell?
This one is in mid yell, but it's not like super angry yell. It's more like
It's got a 19 for history check.
oh, fun. So this is Hawk
Like a war
the
cry.
Courageous, the chief of the West Wind tribe. A chief of great martial prowess, having slain, so it was said, more humans in battle than any other
You say the
orc.
West Wind tribe?
The West Wind tribe. Having slain more humans than any other orc in battle. It is also said that on the battlefield, Hawk was a whirling dervish and would just disappear into a battle trance that would result in a complete and total whirlwind of death around him.
Battle trance face.
Battle trance phase. What most orcs were unaware of was his penchant for giving into stress, and as a result was subject to suggestion when a long and important decision was presented to him. So he flourished on the battlefield, could be in the moment on the battlefield. And that's what won him his sort of seat as a chief among the orcs. But when presented with a diplomatic quandary, indecision just racked him.
He's America.
Thanks. And probably true. Yeah. I am the breath of relief and depression. What am I?
Okay.
God, it'd be worst spell
So-
ever.
My vote's either for Sigh or for Death Rattle.
My vote is for a sigh. Just
Yeah. And I honestly think you should answer it. I know you already have multiple boons. Well, I mean, one of us should answer it because I think this is going to be a martial one. And
yeah.
they're casters. So, I mean, you also are martially. Like, do you attack things? Do you want, I don't know. That's up to you.
Yeah,
Not usefully, but I only have a club.
or shaped Ferg will telepathically say a sigh.
And the response that you get back is, and you realize that you were correct just through that.
Yeah. Super intelligent.
I got
And he says to you, all of my talent, my prowess, why did we not defeat the humans? It's as if we were chosen. Why did it end up otherwise?
The demons in mycelium.
Couldn't we have foreseen that? We had all the resources at our disposal.
If you want to know my honest opinion,
Well, it's just to him.
Oh,
it's
they can't-
It's just to them, rather.
Yeah.
It's
well, I don't know, because in the first time, Farron got the first one and I got the second one because we could both hear him. But if it's just in your brain, I guess I can't hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that was actually more my mistake. So
Yeah.
so when y'all collectively like answer a riddle,
Yeah.
and the person who is answering the riddle, this sort of philosophical quandary gets directed
to them.
completely to them.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like they unlock the next level. Yeah.
With my intelligence, can I come up with a good reason why the
Actually, you know what? That's incongruent with how we handled it with Shanna here. Because we had the two.
I wasn't necessarily trying to take it. I was just trying to help.
No. I kind of made that up in the moment, but at the same time, what we did in the past is not. It's not all in alignment with that. So I'm going to back up, and I'm going to say that you, in fact, can hear the spirit. All of you can hear the spirit speaking aloud, waxing a philosophical quandary. So I will. I'm now opening up to everybody. I apologize for that sort of incongruency.
So why did you lose? Because the demons. Why couldn't you see it?
Yeah, why couldn't we see it? We had all of these tools.
We
at our
couldn't see
disposal.
it because to us, we would never have used the mycelium in the disgusting ways that the humans did to advance their technology. There's no way we could have foreseen something like that to like go up against. We would never, ever use the mycelium like that. Nobody should ever use the mycelium like that. And you would be appalled at what it's become now.
But they won.
Yeah, because they had the
Because we
technology to
abused
beat
it.
us. They abused it, and that's how.
Doesn't that make them better than us?
The thief is not the one who gets stabbed in the back. That's the honorable man.
Maybe
Humans are bad and we fuck you hard.
they may be the victors, but they are not better than us. For we took the honorable route, and we chose to protect the world that we live in and the entity that lets us all thrive.
We're eating it.
So you're saying honor all loses?
No, in this case, it did, but we're fighting for a world where honor wins.
Yeah.
We are still working with the mycelium.
Okay. So who is going to be rolling for a persuasion check?
My charisma's shit, so honestly, like...
My persuasion, not right up there.
My
+2.
persuasion.
I'm sorry, did you say +2? It sounds like your persuasion is a little bit better than most.
Yeah.
Oh,
Only
what's your
Sparky had
guy?
good charisma. Mine's -1.
Oh.
So I will say that you can roll at advantage because there were other like sources of information kind of like hitting this if you'd like to roll.
You don't need to use mine if you think they're stink dice, though.
I do, but that's okay. It'll make my die better.
You rolled a 19 with whose dice?
So that's a 21 then. Oh,
Excuse me.
Is your chat still?
Mine's good.
Yours is still up. Okay. My phone's just being weird lately.
Mine keeps shutting it too. You're good.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, we're good. 21 for persuasion.
Oh. So you're saying that we're playing the long game.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Treachery wins the battle, but doesn't win the war.
It's a very long game. One that outlasted my life.
One that started far before mine.
It took us a long time to gain the strength to get back to a position where we could truly affect things in the way we are now.
I now see the wisdom in the actions of the chiefesses.
The Doth Kesha are very wise.
Thank you. Bonds with you.
I got so many spirits
And
inside me.
sneeze amidst my tears.
Sneeze.
Sneezing tears,
the-
sneezing tears.
Hawk the Courageous sort of like melds with you.
Is that hawk spelled like hawk?
Hokh.
All right.
Mm.
And you gain a specific charm known as the Charm of Heroism.
Well, does Ferg get the level 1 and...
Oh, right. Thank you. So you get the specific charm called the Charm of Heroism. This charm allows you to give yourself the benefit of a potion of heroism as an action. You may do so once per long rest.
Couldn't give them one short rest thing, Bill? That was just a joke. Because barbarians.
Literally everything happened.
Yeah, well, I gotta keep it consistent.
No, that's fine. Charm of Heroism once per long rest.
Yeah.
So, what does the Potion of Heroism do?
Good question. So it's
It makes you attack things better.
It's really just hair pomade.
Yeah, it gives
So-
you like...
for 1 hour.
Everyone thinks you're a
After
hero.
Greaser hair.
you gain 10 temporary hit points that last for that hour. For the same duration, you are under the effect of a bless spell.
Ooh,
No
bless spell.
concentration required. And that.
D4 to shit. Attacks and...
So it's essentially you're
Checks.
channeling
Abilities.
Hawk as the sort of focused whirling dervish inside of the sort of like contained microcosm of battle.
Told you this is the one for you.
Yeah.
The statue alone was like, heads on a belt? Yeah, this is the barbarian guy.
So the other ability in which you gained is that if you spend an inspiration point, Fisher, if Joy spends an inspiration point, they can conjure and create an air elemental, which essentially takes form of Hawk the Courageous as the whirling dervish that they were.
That's fucking dope. Sorry.
Hey guys, I have 2 attack spells now.
So I want you to remember to create an air elemental. It's like conjure elemental. So that in and of itself is a spell. So it's as if you're casting the spell. It is a concentration spell.
Okay.
And there are consequences for losing concentration. Okay, so
We'll have to kill Hawk.
so just letting you know that if you ever lose concentration, the air elemental does not go away. It just you lose control over it, and it attacks random people. So I just want to let you know that that's like a active consequence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna be fucked up in battle.
Getting fucking yoked. I'm afraid what we're gonna face.
Yeah, no, I'm.
Like, Bill's like yoking yet level 3s. Like, oh, what are we gonna kill? We already killed a dragon, guys. Like,
You kind of didn't.
it was a half dragon and we were level 2. I think that's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
I think that's an accomplishment.
I agree.
Hey, we made
I
the
wasn't
full
even there.
dragon stay asleep, so
accurate. We did not wake the dragon.
Well, no. The dragon woke.
Yeah, he came out and
it
hang
to
out with
not
you.
attack you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 Accurate.
Which
And
is
then you guys
even more
carved
dope.
something.
Yeah.
Right?
No, we were like, no, go back to sleep. We'll make sure nobody fucks with you. And I wrote a really long saga on the wall. I was like, don't hear you're gonna die.
Yeah, we're friends. Like, it's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Are you continuing?
Yeah, fuck it. Until you tell us the time's up, let's just do it.
I think we should leave, though.
When you
Really thinking we should
5.
leave.
when you exit, well, hold on a second.
Okay, hit me.
When you exit the cave, you
one of us is
see
gonna die.
the giant orc with the two-handed sword, and he stands there before you and says, "Choose. One of you must die.
Okay, I
Choose quickly. I do not have patience for your meandering."
I'm the only one who's actually like fully alive right now. I think
I'm also.
you're not like
This
polymorph.
is taking too long, and he
Oh, okay.
slices the hawk in half.
Shit.
Oh, fuck.
I wanted to keep going to get time something better.
I think we should.
I think we might need to go
We should
now.
leave. Yeah.
You may continue.
Thanks, we're done. Bye.
Yeah. We leave.
And I mean, he doesn't even wait for you to like to hear your answer. It just
Yeah.
disappears.
Well, so time might be okay losing Junebug, but her mind might be a little bit fractured
Mm-hmm.
because she was asleep in.
Can't she has
Yeah,
like a
you're
reaction?
channeling your 23 intelligence right now. I love it.
But can't she has like a reaction leave her thing?
Yes.
So I would say that time, knowing how time works as a reaction, would fucking leave the familiar before it gets sliced in half.
Baller.
Right?
Time wins.
Like Will would do that. Like I'm sorry. Like I definitely think Will would do that.
Will would definitely do that.
If it's doable as a reaction, I think he would do.
Okay.
She would do that. That's confusing. Sorry, Will.
I'm just listen. Sometimes I just gotta sit back and be entertained by y'all.
So that's a win, and we'd like to leave, please.
And you are leaving.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, we're leaving.
So
But
Do you want to keep going?
now we think about it. I mean,
Do you really want to push our luck? 'Cause
we
you're-
basically just renewed our subscription. One
Like at least
one more.
one.
Yeah, one more.
It's 3 caves and
Interim.
attacks. That's what's happened the last 2 times.
The thing is, we can't talk. We don't know
Oh, that's true. And the hawk
Where-
isn't hopping around anymore.
where Joy is anymore.
well,
That's
Jeff
true.
can talk. You can understand,
And I can hear. And I can hear you.
And we can see them. We
Yeah.
just can we see them?
no,
No.
incorrect.
No hearing, no
You
seeing.
know that they're there because time kind of drew out some shit.
But now we don't know anymore.
yeah.
Okay. So we have no way to know if you want to keep going.
So as-
and it's just basically based on you and me. And I would
Yeah.
ask you, and if you said no, I'd leave.
So Joy Then Sorrow is essentially like a free agent at this point.
yeah, I guess you can keep going if you want.
Berg would definitely just
Beeline it.
not be like, but like scratching the dirt, like friends home.
Yeah, I'm chill. I got like Eldritch something, and I have 70 feet of movement. I don't need another boom. Like let's. I can only walk on. I can walk on anything 70 feet.
Yeah,
What's your decision?
We're leaving.
we're leaving.
We're telling out loud.
you
I'm
staying?
saying out loud to Joy that we're leaving, and I would request that they come with. He comes with us, but if he needs to stay, that's up to him. We have no way of knowing.
I'm following behind them.
Okay.
But I'm also keeping an eye out for something besides one of these caves.
Okay.
Were we gonna try and make it to the center?
Yeah, we were to see what the big statue was.
We do that first.
Can we make it to the center, Bill?
Wait, there is no center.
Wasn't there something in the center?
There was a
The giant statue was outside.
no. The
was at the
center
front,
was
right?
essentially like this sort of like mountainous thing where all the caves were sort of built
Oh,
into.
okay.
Oh,
So
okay. We
Yeah.
did explore the center.
Yeah.
I
Understood.
mean,
Okay.
in ways, yeah. You haven't explored all of them.
we
I think
2, 3.
So I'll give you, because you guys can do the math in your head, but essentially 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 left.
Let's go.
into the 4 or leave. I don't honestly know. I kind of want to just like, this is fun. I'm enjoying the riddles and like the orc like flavor and everything, but like I also don't want to die. So
I'm also sticking with the number that you rolled on the D6 in terms of results, but what those results are, I will not say out loud.
I got a 5.
Plus, I'm really enjoying my Fernet and Coke and slightly buzzed, so I'm really enjoying like the journey here. So it's fine.
All right,
it's on you, Smarty boy.
I'm gonna be like tugging on you guys and seeing if I can get you to not physically feel something, but like emotionally feel something. Just like reach my hand in and like pull.
What are you pulling, Fisher?
Dick. No,
so Fern starts heading back and then turns around and heads for a cave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Follow the boar.
So the boar. Okay.
I say, Joy, we changed our minds.
As you slightly get separated,
We've got a plan.
I need each of you to make just either a wisdom check or an insight check, whichever is better for you.
Well, isn't insight wisdom?
Well,
actually, you went in a specific direction, so I'm going to say minus you.
Oh, okay.
My apologies.
So the two of us?
Yeah, are you following?
Yes.
Okay, so insight. Wisdom or insight?
14.
All right.
Well, and I would have...
Isn't wisdom insight, though?
Yes.
Yeah, but if you don't have the insight proficiency, then
okay.
it's just a straight-up wisdom check.
Oof.
Why do you use
7.
my stink die?
Oh, yeah. Mulligan.
No, that's not how that works. Okay, so you managed to actually like split from the party as your mind sort of wanders off, and you go a completely different direction.
Very distracted right now.
You kind of like come back into when you come back online.
Mm-hmm.
You realize that you're in a completely different cave.
Okay.
So we're going to go with Fisher right now.
Ooh, okay.
And
spicy.
So you are in a cave and suddenly the wind sort of hits you and sort of like permeates your spiritual continence to the point where you hear...
I was going to be mad we didn't get him another thing.
So to the point where you hear this.
Bird in half.
You hear, who spends the day at the yurt vents, goes to the table for meals, and hides at night. Who spends the day at the yurt vents?
Sunlight.
Goes to the table for meals and hides at night.
Light.
So do you want to give that an answer with all the vine-choked everything kind of surrounding you?
I'll check out the cave, but not the statue.
Why?
The statue's a lot harder to make out without
Either way, it's
everything
going to require, for you, specifically a perception check.
Yeah, I'm going to check out the wall.
Yeah.
Perception is...
Because you a ghost. But, I mean, like, you can actually make a perception check for, like, kind of the whole shebang.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get the whole shebang.
Oh, 11. Mm-hmm. Thanks, I was...
Do you have any inspiration to spend, and would you like to spend it?
Well, so what does divination do as a spell again?
Well, let's check.
Oh my god, if you use your divination spell to find out the answer to the riddle.
So divination as a spell.
No, we would only see the future, not the right answer.
Yes.
Okay, so first and foremost, let me clarify in the sense that divination is normally a ritual. But you cannot cast this as a ritual.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's only if you spend an inspiration point. Your magic and an offering puts you in contact with a god or god's servants. In this case, it's the mycelium.
Mm-hmm.
You ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. The DM offers a truthful reply. The reply might be a short phrase, cryptic rhyme, or an omen. The spell doesn't take... That's so funny that it could be a riddle inside of a riddle. The spell doesn't take into account any possible circumstances that might change the outcome, such as the casting of additional spells or the loss or gain of a companion.
Shit, so I was gonna
if
ask.
you cast the spell 2 or more times before finishing... Okay, that doesn't apply. So, yeah. And
A random reading.
I'm opening that door because we don't care.
Yeah, the more you're trying to bind something, the hazier it gets. Basically.
Okay.
What would you like to choose?
So yeah, I'm just gonna check it out with my 11. See if I can see anything underneath the...
Underneath it all.
So since I'm in the not astral plane, spiritual plane, whatever it is. Yeah, ethereal. Thank you.
So,
Is it like
you see...
half there?
Yeah, you see...
Can I cast blessing?
At this point, no, because you've already rolled.
Yeah.
So you see an orc with an elaborate headdress that has all of these very, very tiny growths, like lump-sized growths all over his body. And has a bit of a smirk on his mouth.
Okay.
That's what you and what you see in the cavern, the cave, as you look, is some kind of the motif that gets repeated a lot is some kind of an insect-like motif.
All right. Make a history check to see if I can figure out who this guy is.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's
Why are you rolling twice?
Because I know nothing about the orc, so I'm rolling at disadvantage. And either way, the best I would have gotten was 10. So I got an 8. Because I've been in the Kashar for a month,
me a favor.
maybe.
I know that you were trying to be true to like the scene, but don't roll disadvantage unless I tell you to.
Sorry.
Just because there are always factors that we're all not considering that I can kind of inject into the story. So what was the thing? What was your total?
10.
10?
10 on the die I use.
Okay. So you don't remember the name of this particular orc chief, but you do remember that you do remember Rom, the sort of servant or perhaps ally to Michaud. Rom.
Oh, yeah.
You remember Rom saying something about sort of giving
Rom was an elf?
giving homage. No, actual orc. Giving homage to this particular orc chief, mentioning something about if we channel this particular orc, you can't remember the name, we will channel the swarm itself. And that phrase sticks into your brain. The swarm. That's what you get with a 10.
I definitely don't want to be in here right now.
Oh.
I mean, and that's totally legit. You see, kind of feel like the fear kind of creep up in your heart.
What does that mean?
So I'm gonna.
Joy literally doesn't know.
I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna go to YouTube.
Okay.
So you.
Do we make it to the same cave?
No, you do not. You do not. You
This is what we got for
go into this cave and feel that very familiar wind hit you, and in your mind you hear, "I am a perching barrel filled with meat, taking hits from leaps and dives. Look inside, but do not eat. The meat in there is still alive." And I know for a fact that this riddle was posed to you as a group before, because I've heard it on past things. But I don't think that... Oh, this was the one that Shanna did not get correct.
What was it again?
I'll read it again.
Yeah.
I am a perching barrel filled with meat, taking hits from leaps and dives. Look inside, but do not eat. The meat in there is still alive. And this is you just sort of like right when you come into this sort of like vine-choked cave. The moment you come in, it just... You're it's sort of disorienting and kind of like taking you away and leaving you lost in thought.
What was after taking hits from leaps and dives?
Taking hits from leaps and dives. Look inside, but do not eat. The meat in there still... Feel free to look to chat for any insights.
I had to turn mine off because my
That's fair.
phone got to like 5%.
That's fair. Do you want me to plug your phone in?
Sure.
My phone is like supercharged.
Supercharged.
Okay, I go uncover the statue.
Okay. The statue uncovers... So it uncovers a very unremarkable, nondescript orc.
It's Mark.
And I would
No
love
offense,
it.
Mark. I love you. That was the first name that popped in my
And
head.
I would love it
Rude.
if both of you made either perception or investigation.
Wait, so we are in the
checks.
same cave?
Two of them
both
are, yeah.
you and
okay,
and Ferg
okay.
are both in the same cave.
I thought you said no when I asked that earlier.
Joy within sorrow sort of wandered, sort
Right.
of floated off. Unfortunately,
No, I got that part.
no anchor.
Rip me.
Are we doing insight or
It's
history?
it's either perception or investigation.
12.
3 plus 0.
Oh boy!
Or
Yeah,
minus
that's-
1.
That's a pile of
Just
shit.
go with the
That's a
minus
pile
one.
of shit. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I have a plus 1 in perception. That's a 4.
Oh,
Bill.
that's adorable. it's the shit looks like a little bit more charismatic.
It glistened
in
a
nature.
little? It's like still glistening?
It's still glistening.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still glistening. It was a fresh. It's steaming. Really.
Beautiful.
I got a 12.
I know.
What's my perception?
So
Got the whole cow patty. Sorry. Shit jokes.
yeah, 12.
That was a shit joke.
That'll do this. So there's this one thing that's just really bizarre in terms of its sort of it stands out. Let me just say this. Is that on one of this orc's fingers is some kind of a cover. Like all of its fingers are normal, but there is this like tiny little cover on one of its fingers.
Like an archery glove?
No, on its just its fingertip, like this. Like it's
Is
just
it long, like the Thai ones, or just like a little short?
No, it's just a real short one to just cover the bare basic of this phalange. This.
Can I roll for history to see if I know who this would be based
Absolutely,
on?
yeah.
Can I roll for history regardless?
15.
I think it's adorable that you rolled a 7 and that you're like 15.
What did you do?
Yeah, you know who this is. Unfortunately, it's just not.
I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, exactly. But this was not a very remarkable chief, so it only makes sense that you were like, "Who is this?"
Who you?
This is Gretchok, the Minute of the Leaf Vein tribe.
Telling it like it is.
Now, Gretchok offered great wisdom involving the closely examined viewpoint that only a master seamstress could know and share. But during the First War, the endless examination often brought the chief's counsel either to a standstill or to indecision. So
focused on detail.
Yeah. The viewpoint.
I'm a perching barrel filled with meat. Do we remember what Shanna said?
No, Shanna did not. Shanna offered something very incorrect.
Okay.
Oh, but do we remember so that you can... Well, that would kind of be metagaming, so I'm going to say...
That's
meh.
player knowledge.
Yeah, we wouldn't know that regard. Like,
Yeah,
we wouldn't know
we
that.
weren't
Yeah.
there.
And Shanna couldn't tell me because she was a little dragon, and now he's Farron is dead.
Totally.
No, little Rocky Farron is dead.
Yeah.
I don't know about actual Farron.
Yeah. If you're at a standstill, feel free to make an insight check, but only if you're at a standstill.
You have any ideas?
No, I feel like I knew this one when we were doing when Shanna had it last time, but
I'll just repeat a few things. So, Gretchok the Minute of the Leaf Vein tribe offered great wisdom involving the closely examined viewpoint that only a master seamstress could know and share. During the First War, the endless examination often brought the chief's counsel either to a standstill or to indecision. So the riddle is I am a perching barrel filled with meat, taking hits from leaps and dives. Look inside, but do not eat. The meat in there is still alive.
is it a thimble?
So I mean, totally take that in as an answer, but at the same time, I want to know who's answering.
I don't know what a seamstress would be, but if it's Dexy, I'd like that.
Yeah, a seamstress would be Dexy.
Yeah, I don't know what it would. That's why I'm not sure.
But, I definitely needles have been described as leaping and diving through fabric.
Yeah, that's what got me too, especially when Bill was like, "Let me repeat it."
Yeah,
I'm like, okay.
And it's barrel shaped, and you can buy thimbles that actually look like
a barrel. Yeah, traditionally thimbles actually look like barrels. I feel like the traditional design is very
Yeah.
Kath is answering.
Look inside, but do not eat. Don't eat a finger. Fingers are alive.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Ket says a thimble.
You know my craft.
Yes.
Thank you for seeing me. So,
Orford does a little binky, which looks really weird.
Give us a demonstration real quick.
It's what rabbits do when they're really happy. That little leap hop
Yeah.
tapping dance.
yeah.
Yeah. Except you see this giant boar doing it.
Yeah. I give you reach down for a low 5.
Yeah.
You get a handful of tusk.
I'm cool with that.
Oops.
Oh, we should do tusk smacks. That's something that orcs do with each other, but now you have tusks, so we should tusk smack. Keth is telling you this when he's like, "Sorry, sir."
Whose wisdom should we have listened to?
My honest opinion, the Doth Kesha would have saved you a lot of trouble.
Not the option at the time.
I think it was your only one, if history shows us anything.
You couldn't have been more wrong. The decision was placed on the shoulders of only the chiefs of old. Whose decision?
That's where you're wrong. That's where you're wrong. The decision was not entirely on the shoulders of the chiefs of old because it was our entire nation who you were deciding for. And it wasn't your decision just to make. You would have killed us all. I think listening to the Doth Kesha would have been your only hope to have survived.
Snort's in agreement.
You do realize that even that phrase, Doth Kesha, didn't even exist back then.
Yes, but the Doth Kesha were the people who you chose to share your lives with, and they were the closest people to you. They were supposed to be your advisors, and you chose to ignore them in a time when you really needed to listen, and it cost you all your lives. They saved us, and I stand behind them.
I have the scar to prove it.
Gross.
I feel you.
Ferg is like, fuck yeah, you do.
I know you. I see you. And it bonds with you.
Oh, I was like ready to roll. I was like, fuck my charisma.
No, you kind of nailed that one.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of nailed that one.
Equity, chieftains,
Right?
everybody's lives. Sorry.
Oh, shoot.
Not
So,
just that can remove the systemic barriers.
Yeah, come on. Fuck the patriarchy.
so do you feel that Kethkin is...
This feels like a Kingdom Heart moment every time you do this. Like, do you pick the staff, or the sword?
I mean,
like,
valid, and I love it.
yeah.
Do you feel like Keth is destined for saving the Kashar? Or do you feel like at a certain point, to a certain degree, he's just fucking lucky?
I think he's just fucking lucky because honestly, I've really been toying with one of my my last thing to be Keth's always ready to die because like I feel like I've kind of made that like a character choice for Keth. Like
Yeah.
the fact that he's still alive, like he doesn't think he's destined to save the Kashar Forest. He's honestly like, I'm still fucking kicking shit, like on some extent. So I honestly don't think he, like, the fact that he met these people and that all this is happening, he thinks it's more has to do with Farron and time and Ferg and Joy than it has to do with him. Like, he lived in the Kashar his entire life and the Mycelian had never reached out to him in this way or tried to get him to do anything.
Yeah.
It just led him to Sparky and then Sparky led him to these people. And so, like, he's just like here to guide them. That's all. That's like his opinion. So he doesn't the lucky one. He's lucky. He ran into these people and now he gets to see the world get saved.
Keth has also made some rash decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So you're infused.
I jumped on a bird.
with the boon of luck.
Awesome.
You can add a D10 roll to any ability check, attack roll, or saving throw you make. Once you use this boon, you can't use it again until you finish a short rest. Love you.
Wait, what are the rolls I can use?
D10.
No, but to what?
All the big three.
Ability checks, saving throws, and attacks.
Yeah.
Sadly, not
I'm
damage.
so glad you got that, actually, because I kind of made that up.
On the spot.
No, not on the spot, like ages ago,
No.
when I realized that like the biggest three like rolls in 5th edition are ability checks, which skill rolls are part of, and attack rolls and Anyway, so that's your luck ability, and then your level 2. So this level 2 will take an inspiration to activate.
Okay.
And let's see here. Right to it. Cool. So you gain the ability to see much better than the normal person out, and sort of. Let me just.
But some in the dark vision.
You have advantage on intelligence investigation checks that rely on sight. And while also in a sort of conflict or battle, you gain advantage on melee attacks.
Just in general?
Just in general.
So without using my inspiration, I just in general.
No. You have to use that inspiration to gain both of these things.
And then they last for however long they last.
They last for however long they last. So these level 2s, for the most part, there's exceptions. The 23 intelligence is one of those exceptions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they are essentially for one encounter, if you will. However, I am super open to an argument on why it would continue, if it would continue after that sort of encounter. Mm-hmm. But that being said, that's my general rule, is that it lasts for one encounter. And the 2 abilities that are attached to this, because you're attached to Grachok the Minute, this sort of master seamstress, this person who can sort of see the minutia of artistry in its perfect form. It was that you can, investigation is at advantage, right?
Yeah, it said investigation, site-based investigation.
It's site-based, yeah. And attacking, especially because you're a monk, it's like you sort of like see all the pressure points perfectly in the heat of battle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can find their chi and block it.
Indeed. Yeah, indeed.
You thought your heart was beating?
Yeah.
No.
Just cut off the flow of blood to your brain.
There goes your bending.
So now we're going to go back to Fisher. So Fisher.
What's up, guys?
Who spends the day at the yurt vents, goes to the table for meals, and hides at night?
It's light.
You hear this like super odd, like feedbacky, buzzy sound. And in the mix of that is this like subtle laughter, and nothing comes of it.
I book it.
Okay.
I'm just like ready to get out. I'm gonna try to find these guys.
So you're leaving?
Yeah.
Like leaving.
And just like, getting out.
Are you two leaving? Like you guys are riding high on victory right now.
Do you want to leave? Do you want to try to get another thing for yourself? Do you want to try to find joy?
The house always wins.
I mean, the house always wins.
Stamp once, twice, or 3 times. For 1, 2, or I gave you 3 options.
You didn't give like the results.
Yeah. Well, no, I gave them 3 options initially. Do you want to keep going? Do you want to leave? Do you want to find joy?
One more?
Okay, one more. Roll a d6.
Oh, one more. Okay, keep going. I was like, give
One
you
more
another option? I don't have
4.
another option.
So.
I mean, I feel like we've got some...
Oh, this is a super hard one. I love it. You ready?
No.
So fucking ready.
You come into this cave, right? And the wind hits you. It invades your mental space until this fills your consciousness. In yon vast field of cultivated space, I there am found with members of my race. Decapitate me if you've no objection. Then you will find what brings me to perfection. Take one more cut, and then you'll plainly see what I am destined day by day to be. What am I?
In yon vast field of cultivated space, what?
We're gonna do this in an interesting way.
Uh-oh. I mean, yes. But...
No, that's fine. Just relax. It's all
Starting timer.
In yon vast field of cultivated space, I there am found with members of my race. Decapitate me, if you've no objection. You will then find what brings me to perfection. Take one more cut, and then you will plainly see what I am destined day by day to be. What am I? So what you needed to know about this riddle, both of you are instinctively getting, there are 3 answers in order.
Okay.
Can you read it again?
Yeah.
It's a long one.
That's a bummer. Okay. In yon vast field of cultivated space, I there am found with members of my race. Decapitate me, if you've no objection. You will then find what brings me to perfection. Take one more cut, and then you will plainly see what I am destined day by day to be. What am I? I'm just going to play it again.
Yeah.
So,
in yon vast field of cultivated space, I there am found with members of my race. Decapitate me, if you've no objection. You will then find what brings me to perfection. Take one more cut, and then you will plainly see what I am destined day by day to be. What am I?
So
I will say that each answer is dependent on like the sort of trifecta of phrases that is happening in that riddle. So there's 3 answers. There's actually 3 riddles within this.
Are the 3 answers related to each other?
Completely. They're related on multiple levels.
I feel like because of the way the wording of it is, it's an item that can be like broken down and become something different. And that's the second answer. And then because you made it something different, it becomes the third answer. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Just based off of the wording, but I don't know.
I'm open to dice rolls as
the last couplet.
Take one more cut, and then you'll finally see what I am destined day to day to be.
Day by day.
Day by day to be.
Yeah.
Take one more cut.
And you'll plainly see.
Plainly see.
What I am destined day by day to be. And it's only you 2. So therefore, only you 2 can answer.
So yon vast field of cultivated space. I'm guessing it's a crop field.
Mm-hmm. Decapitate me. So what crop do you do you like cut off like that? Wheat?
Wheat.
So wheat, decapitate me if you no objection. You will find what brings me to perfection.
A stalk of wheat and then a kernel of wheat because it's seed. And then if you cut that in half, if you cut a seed in half, you can see the plant that it's gonna grow into.
So it's like stalk, germ, seed? Like, is that what you're saying? Like, what's the middle?
So it would be a stalk of wheat, a kernel, a head of wheat, and then a kernel of wheat.
It's your turn to answer.
You both want to roll insight checks?
Yes.
Yeah. Did not incite anything. I got a 7.
11.
So you're definitely on the right track. Wheat rings true. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But these are it's like 3 riddles in one. And so you're starting to sort of think about it. This riddle may be way more... This riddle may be dualistically literal and phonetic. All in one. And the thing that's resonating is like the phrase, decapitate me. Just looking at the word over and over.
Is it more like wheat to flour to
Phonetic.
Wheat, heat, eat.
And the chieftain sort of like manifests and comes at you and says,
Very clever.
Because you cultivate, bake, and then you feed.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
Well, apparently you're good at riddles.
and the moment you say that out loud, I would like you to make a history check.
Yeah.
You're kind of basking in the victory.
20.
20.
No,
Awesome.
19. Sorry, I have a 0.
So this ancient chief of the Resplendent tribe perfected the growing practice inside of the Kashar. Unktau, the Unfeeling, was known for his vast knowledge of food cultivation as much as he was known for his lack of empathy, made for an extremely unapproachable tribal leader. And
would I recognize him? I can roll history
Sure.
after I'm done basking.
Well, I'll just share that with you. I just share that with you, basically, when he appears. I am like aside, you know? I think we all drink for that, though.
I gotta say, Connor, your dice rolls blow me away sometimes.
That's still a 9.
I get that, and it's not enough.
I know.
For our viewers, he rolled a 1.
Critical miss.
1. Thank you.
So we all drink.
So
yeah.
Because they rolled a 1.
Yes, absolutely. Critical Missfits.
I just did.
Rather down.
So Unktau says to you,
which tribe? Real quick.
of the Resplendent tribe,
Okay, what did they say to me? What does he say to me?
We shouldn't have lost.
Why?
Your question means nothing to me.
Y'all were super prideful.
No, that's not pride. That's just fact.
I'd argue that we didn't.
It's as if you didn't
because
even
we still exist.
No, it's as if you didn't even do the research. I know what I am. I know how I exist, and I know that you are looking from the present into the past.
Yeah. And so I would argue that we didn't
it's not something
lose.
that we can quantify. And so if you're so smart, then you'll know.
Why are you you're the one trying to
Why are you
quantify
even
it?
questioning like my wisdom inside of this ordeal?
Then tell me.
I'm asking you to tell me you were the one here
Well,
gaining the knowledge from the chiefs of old. Why don't you ask the questions as per your station?
but you just told me not to question you.
Do not get to direct me.
You're a bag
You know,
of dicks.
that is exactly what most would say. But no one can tell me otherwise. No one can give me the direction that will reveal the wisdom that we once lost.
Man, you guys really need
What
to
do you
there
mean,
for
the
this
wisdom
guy.
from the mycelium?
Wisdom is wisdom, period. Do you not agree?
I do agree, but I feel like
Then
our people
answer
have
the
gained.
question.
I feel like our people have gained a lot of wisdom, and that I argue that we did not lose. I mean, the chiefs definitely lost, but the orc people won in your failure. We still exist. We're stronger than ever. We are even closer to the mycelium
So
than
you say
in some ways than
so
we
you
were
say,
then.
You say that when the wheat was harvested, and in this metaphor, I mean the orcs were destroyed. I mean that when the wheat was harvested, we came out better for it.
Look at it this way, Untao. It's like when you have like a field, right? And it's gone to disease. And so before it spreads to the other fields, you kind of have to kill the crop before it comes completely to fruition because you don't want it to germinate and you don't want the wind to take it and spread it to everywhere else. You have to kind of weed it out, cut it down, burn it, and start over next year. And that one stays fallow for a while. That's kind of what our people had to do with you guys. And that's why I don't think that we lost. I think we had to go with a different direction.
It's a moment of transformation.
It was it was like a phoenix, transformative, definitely.
And
We got knocked down and we got up again without y'all.
You got persuasion check.
Oh no.
No, you almost got me. You
I ruined
really
it.
almost
I totally
got me. But
ruined
make a
it.
persuasion
I could
check.
tell by Connor's face. Connor was like, "You ruined it."
no, it's because I started something.
No, I will say that you're completely on track, but it just what is it?
Oh!
Oh my god.
No, it's a 19.
It's a fucking it's a 19. Thank you.
He melts inside of a rare
My
moment.
least favorite chief.
Yeah, he melts inside of a rare moment of humbleness. And you actually had to sort of like run over his wording and sort of like really attack him verbally.
I'm really good at verbally attacking the chiefs. I'm not good at reasoning with them.
I was gonna say.
Which
we
I
have
don't know.
opposite strategies here.
Did you get that? Like all he did was just interrupt you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was annoying.
All he did was interrupt you.
Yeah.
And
It was like
really,
talking to a trumper.
and it really took your like willpower, your base
patience of a
spirit of
monk.
like willpower to like just keep driving your point through and through and through, and finally,
You're clearly better
kinda-
talking to people than Fergus.
yeah,
You're a bore.
and he kind of gets it. He gets it. He gets it so much so that you see his face just sort of melt, and there's no response.
Mm-hmm.
There's just him capitulating.
Fuck.
and he
That was a good word.
walks right into you.
Into both of us.
Well, so you got the riddle.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, so the thing that
Good fucking team.
Yeah. Why did you wander?
Because I rolled bad.
randomness.
Because fair.
Okay, so let's see here.
How many boons do you have right now? Are you writing it on your character sheet too? Actually, I've been writing it down. Did you have any when we started today?
I had the one. Yeah.
Wow,
You should have 5 now.
This actually worked out almost perfectly from your character to your character. It's
Oh, nice.
bizarre how this worked out. Ferg, do you
Please mean something
value
with the short rest.
one or the other more so? Do you
Short rest or long
value overwhelming offense, or do you value combat prowess? What's more important to you as a warrior? Overwhelming, irresistible offense or combat prowess?
Probably combat pro. Like, anybody can be overwhelming, but like Ferg's kind of tiny, so Ferg needs to be able to like make intelligent decisions.
It kind of matches with your newly elevated intelligence.
I mean, I wasn't dumb before, so
No, you were 14.
So when you miss
17?
with a melee attack weapon,
A lot.
you can choose to hit instead.
yeah.
Once you use this boon, you can't use it until you finish. Are you ready?
A long rest.
No, a short rest.
Yeah.
You finally got something.
Now while everyone else just sits down, you can finally have something to do.
So, and I want to be clear, that's if you even roll a 1. Like, you just have to miss. You miss. If I
Yeah.
say you miss, you can say, nope, Bill, I hit instead.
Choose to hit.
Yep.
Um,
So that's that.
It's not bad.
You've
For-
gotten 3 today, just so you know. 4 total now after that one.
Yeah. And
what
then
did I get from
I'll tell you in a second.
Gretchok?
with Gretchok, you got
Charm of heroism.
you got the
Spells bonus action. Intelligence is 23.
no Gretchok. So Gretchok actually was all Keth.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So Keth got the boon of luck and then in the sort of minute
right.
seeing eyes, like you can see.
I'm sorry I keep
Very-
taking the second level one. I'm not trying to. I just get really carried away with yelling at like these old crusty
No.
orcs.
Well, hey, you only got 1 inspiration a day, so
That's
like,
true. I can only
you
use.
just get a variety of like
And
options.
Ferg's
Yeah.
not good with people. Like we've established
You're good with
this
kids.
from the beginning. Like, you have an overdue book. Fuck you, no I don't. I'll
I
push
will-
you off a bridge.
Yeah,
I'm good with kids.
literally push someone off a bridge.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, no, he
Although kid skills and people skills are
That's
very
arguable.
different skills.
are very different.
Okay, so
People understand sarcasm.
if you spend an inspiration, Keth,
Yes.
you gain said abilities. So only with a weapon made of pure wood, you can.
So not my
You-
staff I have right now because it's got the rod of what you call it in it, right?
Huh?
My staff has like a metal thing in the middle of it because it's got a rod of immovability. So
No, I believe that rod of immovability is complete wood. Pure wood.
oh, I thought it had metal like in the
I don't
middle.
remember.
You have a staff that's it's pure wood. All it's infused with is sort of like a
Like a little thing I could turn and like it
but it's mycelium
a
based.
movable rod. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So it's wood.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Continue.
So the staff can be wielded as though it was a +2 staff. So attack, +2 to attack, +2 to damage.
On top
That's
of
amazing.
additional, or on top of the already there stats.
Yeah, I don't have
Correct.
any like
Okay.
pluses on it already, but
These sort of supersede that. So so it's also a staff of immovability. But it also, if you spend an inspiration point, you can sort of infuse the power of, what's his name?
Untao. The unfeeling.
Untao, yeah.
Untao.
Yep. And so +2 to hit, +2 to damage, as well as the staff gains 10 charges, of which you can use the following spells.
Like 10 spell slots, basically?
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to write a lot down. So, Animal Friendship as a spell, which is 1 charge to use. Awaken, which is a spell that uses 5 charges to use. Barkskin, which is a spell that takes 2 charges to use. Locate animals or plants, which takes 2 charges to use. Speak with animals, which takes 1 charge to use. And speak with plants, which takes 3 charges to use, and I've got 1 more. Wall of Thorns, which takes 6 charges to use. You can also use an action to cast Pass Without Trace from your sort of newly infused staff without using any charges.
How many times per day? Is it just like a cantrip?
It's sort of like, this is like once per encounter again. This is like one of those moments where like the moment you use the inspiration point, it's sort of like once per encounter.
So like in that fight, I have to use all 10 charges, otherwise they go away.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And so, and again, I gotta just reiterate, I'm super open to your argument as a player as to why this continues after that encounter. Mm-hmm. But that's my hard and fast rule. That's my general rule.
I was just asking.
Of which you could sort of argue against. Mm-hmm. The last thing inside of this is that you can use an action to plant one end of your staff in fertile earth and expend 1 charge to transform it into a healthy tree. The tree appears ordinary, but radiates a faint aura of transmutation magic if targeted by Detect Magic. While touching the tree and using another action to speak its command word, you return the staff to its normal form. So the only difference in like this magic item versus like what you have is that when you plant your staff and actually command it to turn into a tree, there's no going back.
So I can't ever turn it back out from being a tree?
Correct.
That was something you say for a dead companion. You're like, grave marker.
But this isn't just that staff. This is any fully wood weapon, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I can use it. Yeah, it doesn't have to be my staff.
Yeah, I can just give you a branch and be like, hey, it's a club.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
That's my weapon right now. Just a branch.
I just want to tell you guys, I switched ink colors, so my pen is slowly going from black to blue, and it looks really cool.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
Doesn't it look cool?
It does look cool.
Fisher
I approve.
Cool. Fisher approved.
Oh, yeah. That's a high mark. Oh, hi, Mark.
Do you want to keep going, or do you want to try to get out of here?
In or you out?
I literally have...
I feel like we're pushing our...
I have 5 things now. I think we should leave. I think we both have 5 things. I think we should leave.
Yeah.
How long does the transfiguration spell work?
I mean, 3 of my...
Which transfiguration?
The polymorph.
Because you've gotten 4 today, and you already had 1, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to only last roughly 2 to 3 hours.
Okay.
I feel like we should probably go.
Yeah, we should go. Do you want to keep trying? We can't find you, so it's like totally like we can't even see you if we look for you. So I don't know how to look for you, except like just like hoping you leave too, like realistically, and like shouting like "Joy, we're leaving!" as we leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. My passive perception is 13. No, I might be able to hear that.
You start to head back to where you know to meet.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're leaving, all 3 of you, and I will say that like Joy, you're a little bit sort of separate from these two, although you very much get that, you kind of see them from a distance. You know that you're near them. You just know that they can't like see you or understand you at all. You see that the initial sort of like when you first came into this sort of grove and you saw that all the deer that are sort of like lazily sort of like around and sort of like lapping up the water.
The like half dead ones and stuff?
Yeah. And you saw the same thing with the wolf. They have all sort of converged in a triangle formation. And they are blocking your passage to leave. And when I say your passage to leave, I really just mean Keth. Because you're the only solid form. You're the
What's
only
around
solid
me? Are
figure.
there trees around me?
Well, the boar.
I'm pretty fucking solid.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, you totally are. The boar and Keth.
Mm-hmm. Is there like trees and stuff around me?
Oh, there are a variety of trees, and there are a variety of
How big of a
flora
boar?
that are just sort of like
How big of a boar is my friend?
pretty fucking big.
Like, give me a weight.
You said it was a giant boar, right?
If we have to, between 30 and 50
If I have to
Kilos
give you
or pounds?
stone.
let's see,
We're screwed.
I have to give you a
Yeah. Out of lead.
So Ferg currently is a large beast.
Ooh,
So if you can imagine a boar being,
large.
So bigger than me.
Robert Baratheon sized.
like the size of a horse, maybe not quite the.
But
neck
okay,
length.
so are the
quite the
creatures like fucking with Ferg or just looking at me?
Comes up to the top of your head.
Okay. Yeah, fuck that. So, are they like already looking at us? Like, are they aware of us?
They're not only looking at you, but they're looking at you in the in the sense that they mean you harm. There's like drool kind of coming down their mouth, and they're
like just me,
slowly
or like both of us?
making their way towards you, all the while sort of like scratching their hooves, or in the case of the wolf, their claws into the ground, and that's where we'll end tonight.
Fuck. I had a thing.
I know. And that
You're about to
thing
fight that shit as a boar.
And that thing
I
will
had
have
nothing.
to
I would just kind of like.
No, you do have something. I told you your spell casting.
I think I can stand on you
absolutely
without
works.
falling. You should just charge.
Remember
through
that was the thing that Ramal told you
That's a good
before you were sort of transported.
Yeah,
into
I don't have any attack spells. I just have buff spells.
Well, you'll have to work with what you got.
I built this like a World of Warcraft raid character. Okay.
And that's
I'm just here to stand back and help.
That's where we will leave.
I had 2 attack spells with this one.
Yeah.
Well, now I do.
Anyway, I hope you all had fun.
I did.
I hope you all had fun.
Oh yes.
Thanks for joining us. We had a blast. And next week, I believe will be back, and
Will he?
we'll have a full week
Week after next.
He's the DM.
Next week is sci-fi.
Oh, duh! So actually, next week is the Trappist
Whole new
transfer.
game.
A whole
We'll
new
see y'all
yeah.
in 2 weeks.
But yeah, we will see all of you on.
Wait 2 weeks for this.
I know it
That's
hurts.
a good place to stop.
But we'll see you all on August 29th as we continue this story. And
as Joy has almost definitely a very bad day.
please do us a favor and follow us on all of the things. So Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, but really more importantly, YouTube, now Podbean. We're a audio podcast now on Podbean that extends out to Spotify, that extends out to, I don't know if we're on iTunes yet, but it's happening in the next couple days.
By the time people see this,
all of that is happening.
Yeah.
We're way more accessible now that we can just be heard on audio if you're doing cleaning around the house, if you're biking, if you're doing whatever, if you're driving in your car. You can listen to Critical Misfits on audio podcasts. So
take us with you.
Yeah, take us with you.
Let us live in your head all the time.
We will be with you.
Yeah, we will be your verbal luggage. It's going to be great
And it's
not creepy at all.
I will be your
I've thoroughly
emotional
been enjoying
luggage.
it,
Did you
even
just
though it's
call
weird
us
to hear
baggage?
myself. Hey, I'm a lot of emotional baggage.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah. And have you met me? I mean, I'm just like overbearing, just completely.
You're the PM. I think you're supposed to be overbearing.
Thank you to all of you. Amazing. You all, I think, made me cry at least once tonight, and like that was just super fun.
And only half of them were during the podcast.
Anyway, have a great night, everyone. Be safe, and we'll see you next time.
All right.